Good morning. I am Riji, Associate Professor, Department of ECE. Today we are going to see about network domain security. On completion of topic, students can understand about the network domain security. What is a network domain security? In order to consider security aspects of network internal interface, public land mobile network and between in roaming cases, PLMN in roaming cases. This is, however, not always be the case. When 2G was developed, no solution can be specific to protect the traffic. But this is perceived not a problem since GSM network typically controlled by a smaller number of large institutions and trusted. Further, the original GSM network were only running circuit switch traffic. These networks use protocol and interfaces specific for circuit switch voice traffic, typically accessible to large telecom operators. With the introduction of GPS IP address in general, the signaling and user plane in 3GP started over the network protocol. This brought to provide an enhanced protection of traffic running over core network. For example, a core network interface may traverse third-party IP transfer network or interface may cross operator boundaries in roaming cases. 3GPP therefore developed specification how IP-based traffic is to be secured. On the other hand, it should be noted that even today, if core network interface run over trust network, for example, a physically protected transport network owned by the operator, there is a little need of the additional protection. Security aspects of service-based interfaces is a new design principle in 3GPP network introduced with 5G. This 3GPP has been defined new security features to accommodate a new type of interaction between core network. For example, when a network service consumer want to access service provider by NF service provider, there is a support in NGS to authenticate and authorize the consumer through the NF service. Security aspects in service based. Here all network functions shall use TLS. TLS can be used as a transport protection within PLM unless the operator implement a network by other names. TLS is however optional to use an alternative. An operator could use the network domain with the PLM. Authentication between network function within PLMN is also supported by the method how the links are protected. If the operator uses protection the transport layer based on TLS mentioned above, the certificate based authentication is provided by TLS is used for authentication between NF. Service based interference between PLMN in roaming. The inter-network connect between secure communication between service consuming and service providing different PLN. The SEPP enforce protection policies regarding application layer protocol by ensuring integrity and confidentiality protection of the element to be protected. The SEPP allow topology hiding to avoid internal network topology is revealed to external network. The IPLS thus provide interconnect between different operators. Each PLMN has a business relationship with one or more IPS provider. In both cases, there will be a one or more interconnect provider between SCPP in two PLMN. The interconnect provider may have own entities in IPS, thus enforce certain restrictions and policy in NPS provider. The security features mainly include the serving PLMN have consuming SEPP and a home PLM has producer SEPP. There could be a further interconnect provider in CIPS and PAPS, but that is not shown here. But interconnect operator may modify the messages exchanged between PLMN to provide mediation services. If there is IPS entity between SEP, there is to inspect or modify message to N32 since the network transfer protection allow intermediate to look into modify the message. So instead application layer need to be used to protection about SEPP, element the message to be encrypted or other information are set in clear text using application layer security allow an intermediate entity to modify the message. So in this network domain security for IP based, they use IP based control plane. However, it is applicable to 5G network to provide network layer protection. NTDS IP use the concept of security domain. Hence, the level of security and available security services are accepted to be same with the security domain. So this is the diagram shows this NDS IP traffic network entity. One security domain is routed via SCG existing the domain towards security domain. The Internet Key Exchange Protocol version 2 is used for SCG to use IP security association. From this topic, students can understand what is the primary function of firewall in network security. How does the acronym VPN stands for virtual private network? What is the common characteristics of denial of service attack? It encrypt data and demand payment. It attempt to overload network traffic. It install malware and user function. It involve theft and private solution. Okay, thank you.